Hello and welcome to Food Fusion. I'm Charles Matheson. In this podcast, I bring to you the world of food. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it all tastes good. Today, I'm going to be talking about planning meals. Why is planning meals important? Well, I think it takes the surprise out of the question that comes up every day. What's for dinner? What's for lunch? What's for breakfast? Now, I'm an eater that is never satisfied. My palate is never satisfied. I cannot, let me not say cannot. It's not easy for me to eat the same meal week out, month after month. Just I'm not built that way. Because I know there's a whole world of flavor that I've never explored, my palate wants to try as much as it possibly can while I'm here on earth. And I think it may be part of my ADHD. I'm never still, always moving, doing something. So by planning out weeks in advance, I get to try out a little bit of everything. So if you're thinking about planning out your meals, then I recommend by planning at least 1 week out. And you want to take into account your schedule and your daily rhythms. So, how do you feel on Tuesday nights, Thursday afternoons, if that is the time you're available to cook? I take that into account because oftentimes I don't get home until late, like 7 p.m. So I may have to, let's say, on Sunday, I'll cook for 3 days. And then on Wednesday, I'll cook for 1 day or for 2 days. I take into account how my schedule is so that I'm able to plan accordingly. Now, another thing that I think that's helpful is to set up the kitchen and the ingredients for cooking the day of or the day before. So, taking out whatever ingredient you have from a freezer, if it's in a freezer, the day of or the night before, and putting it in the freezer, in the refrigerator to defrost. Or if you're going to be around, put it on your counter to let whatever it is defrost for a few hours or so until you're ready to use it. And you want to check your ingredients the day before you make your meal because I know this has happened to me. I am all ready to make something. Let's say it's chicken fried rice. And then I go to make it and then oh my goodness, I realize I don't have soy sauce or I don't have scallions, and that can be really annoying, and then you're not able to make the meal that you want. Educating yourself is also very important to the planning process. So, however you get your cooking media, YouTube, Food and Wine Magazine, New York Times Cooking, Bon Appetit, you want to do that on a regular basis so you have new ideas for cooking your meals. Now, I've been talking about how I've been carrying my lunch to work again. And part of carrying lunch to work, there is planning that goes into it. So the packaging of your lunch. So I pack my lunch, the dry food, the day before, and then the actual meal part, like the fresh food, I'll pack in the morning. And the way that I pack, I get a glass container for food or a plastic container, and then I put the food in the container, and then I put a Ziploc bag over the container so that nothing spills out of the bag. And then I have these small holders of like for sauce or for dressing because if you have let's say you have a salad, you can't put the dressing on the salad until you're actually ready to eat it because if you put it on like hours before, then when it's time for you to actually eat it, it's going to be soggy. So there are these containers that you can buy online. I got some at Amazon for salad dressing or for wet ingredients that I carry. And then you also want to get bags to carry your luncheon. So I found some bags on Amazon. I think one of them I got on Amazon. The other one I'm not sure where I got it from. So the one is blue and one is black. It's fashionable. It looks nice, and actually, I can actually carry additional things in it. So if I'm going to the market on my way home from work, I can put it in that bag. So it's very convenient. Finally, on the theme of planning, it is the holiday season. The holiday season is fast approaching. So, the holiday season, for those of you listening in North America, South America, Europe, a lot of the world, well, no, let me say this. In the United States and Canada, so our holiday season is from Thanksgiving to New Year's. And so it's time to think about what you're going to be eating and drinking this holiday season. And this holiday season, I'm leaning Indian and Asian. So when I say Asian, I mean Chinese, Vietnamese, and Japanese. And I'll start with Indian. What I love about Indian food is that the ingredients are very simple. The spices are simple, but they have such complex tastes. There's no other cuisine that I know that gives me the type of spice and flavor that I get in Indian food. Like it's just I guess that's a big generalization. It's just Indian food just has it has such a rich, full-bodied flavor, and you don't need a lot of ingredients. Like one recipe that I made recently, about maybe 5 weeks ago, it's called rajma, and it's made with kidney beans, and you don't need a lot of money to make it. So I got some dried kidney beans, and then I pressure cooked it for about, I think, 35 to 40 minutes. And then I added some spices to it. And then when it was all done, I had this thick gravy, curry gravy with the red kidney beans. And I paired that with some rice. And I think I actually also used some sour cream because it was very, very spicy. And so I want to introduce this to my family this coming Thanksgiving. My family, they're really open to trying out different foods during Thanksgiving. And so they're always looking to me for new ideas often. They also look towards my other siblings. They're also very, very much into food and cooking and plant forward lifestyle. So then with the other Asian, non-Indian, I'm thinking about miso. Miso is soybean paste, and what I like about miso is that it has like this salty, earthy kind of taste to it, and I'm thinking of doing that with some poultry for this holiday season. So it's on my list to buy. It's actually in my shopping cart on Amazon right now, and I need to actually put that order through after this podcast. I It came to me. I was looking at I was doing my ritual of on the Saturday going to my local cafe and reading my culinary media, and I saw some recipes in Bon Appetit magazine for November 2024, and saw miso, and I'm like, you know what? My mouth is craving miso. Like, I don't know about you, like, do you ever like get into like your mouth has like a craving or a taste for food? It's like I love food, but certain foods I can't have them all the time. Like, I go through like cycles. I'm getting over my cycle right now with chickpeas. I was in there for a while and it'll come back. But my mouth is just craving for some miso. And I wasn't sure like what it was. And when I was reading it, I saw like a miso chicken bowl. And I'm like, oh, that's it. Definitely want to be cooking with some miso and some meat. So that's what I'm planning on cooking for part of the holiday season, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas and New Year's. I'm still pondering what that is going to be. So that is Food Fusion for today. Thank you for listening, for your support. Tell your friends, please, about this podcast. Subscribe to this podcast wherever you're listening to. Send me your suggestions in the comments. And if you want to contact me, you can contact me at this email address. It's thekitchenette@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing all feedback, good and not so good. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.